For my next gift, I bestow upon you the pinnacle of automechanical design, far superior to all automechanicals that came before. The time once spent in numbing manual labor may now be spent in harmonious community with your neighbor, and in humble service to the Protector. Let this accord between the Protectorate and the Order of the Ascendant mark the moment of Arcadia's true birth.
Beloved matriarchs, you are nearer to perfection as anyone living could ever achieve. It will be the honor of the Order to serve as the Protectorate's scientific helpmates.
All that I do for my subjects and their descendants. Gloria Arcadia!
Gloria Arcadia!
I now present to you my new invention, the Skip Drive, a revolutionary technology that will allow humanity to sojourn to the stars.
Only a sick...
Honing in on source. Readings inconclusive. Cause unknown. Resetting.
Aggressor at hand.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Hey, easy on the asshole.
Taken care of. We can continue. Wait there. I'll come to...
Run! That was a narrow shave. But let's continue. There should be a hidden entrance here.
No one is allowed in here without the proper author. Ah, I see you have come armed. Intruders, then. I suppose you intend to extract my surrender through means most lurid and foul.
Damn, the head curator. I had hoped to slip in before his shift, but no matter. We cannot allow him to leave and raise the alarm. He must be dispatched, quickly.
How's that now?
Now hold on. I know we had to kill that fella with the Sentinel, but this man's unarmed. He's already surrendered.
I rather think that line has some blurry distinction.
How much of a fuss could this one fella cause, really? Come on, Zeb. No need to cut any bellies over maybes and ifs.
Please, if secrecy's your concern, you may rely upon me to be the utmost spirit of discretion. I have never betrayed a confidence in my life.
Allowing him to leave would be a grave error of mercy, one we can ill afford in this place.
If we start gunning down civilians, where does it end, Zeb? Ain't Arcadia covered in enough blood?
You need me to clear that moral obstruction for you? Fine. This man is an instrument of empire, perpetuating the tyrant's lies. And were our positions reversed, he would not hesitate to execute us, or worse, send us to mental refreshment.
I'm kin to the risks, Zeb.
Are you? Can you even fathom the indignity of having your every thought scrutinized and scored and made perfect? My sister was made into a shadow. I endured daily sessions with the lathe of particularity and still find myself policing my own mind for untoward proclivities and inclinations.
The commander's right. This man didn't put you in the lathe, Zeb. He's just trapped in the system, same as everyone else.
I never have possessed immunity against your pleading. Fine, you're free to leave. Do not repay this kindness with treachery.
You are merciful and wise. I will depart at once.
Let's hope the consequences of this decision do not assert themselves while we're still here. You and Niall should turn off the power to the security barrier and make your way to the vault. I'll remain here and guide you as best I can through the labyrinth. No turning back now.
No going back from here. Not until we've done what we can.
Don't set foot in that room. Run!
Over here, Commander. Reckon I found something that might be useful later.
Perk up, Commander. Don't make me avenge you.
In spite of substantial efforts to prolong his life, my father's condition continues to deteriorate.
Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, reckon I can finagle these components into a fine explosive gel. Who knows? Could come in handy. I hear what you're saying, Commander. And I'm touched by the concern, really. I let the past pin me down for too long. But I'm a lot more capable now than I was back on Horizon Point. Helps working alongside the finest Earth Directorate agent to ever grace Arcadia. Ouch, Commander. Learn to take a compliment. Oh. Let's keep on. I'll continue tinkering on this in the meantime. See what I can come up with.
You've made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. Hold in the correct order, the doors should open. If you're fine reading this, right? You damn it. Troublemaker, folks! Can still be relied upon. 1, 2. Wrong again. The code is 132.
By my grandmother, I cannot abide the time this research into the rifts is taking. It has been years, and yet I am still absent my wife and daughter. I am still half whole. Researchers swear it's possible to bring them back from the void. Perhaps those are only pretty lies intended to pacify me, but I trust Dr. Hurley to tell me the truth. I know the Consul wishes me to give up this obsession and focus on the war effort, but why should I?
Again.
Am I not sovereign of Arcadia? Should my desires not take priority?
The code is 132. We're not overly impeded by this puzzle, but that vault door is quite the obstruction. Fortunately, there should be a code. No. Fuck! They changed it recently. That shouldn't have happened until next week. I'm certain I can diagnose the issue. Now that you've cleared the way, I'll come down and join you.
have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander. Zev seem a little off to you, Commander? I think he's starting to worry me. That business with the curator. I'm glad Zeb stood down, but it was close. Never seen him so eager for bloodletting before. He's changed. Ain't sure for the better. At least he has Audra. But losing the rest of his cell couldn't have been easy on him. Oh. Maybe we ought to have listened to Audra and left that transport well enough alone. Well, no use stewing. We've still got a vault to break into and tyrannical government to topple. Speaking of, remember those components I found? I was able to turn them into something halfway useful after all. This gel should get us through that vault door. You take the honors, Commander. I'll be right behind you.
Nice. I was hoping for a more subtle incursion, but no matter.
Am I running hot, or was that a hint of flurry I heard?
I neglected to pack a thermometer. This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here.
In times of darkness, we must...
This cannot be right. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive. Not even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the matriarch invented... nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now.
He is set in his way.
I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Directorate was complicit. Niles, did you know?
Slow up, Zeb. What are you talking about?
It says your agency struck an agreement with the matriarch over a century ago. In exchange for skip drives, Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
What message? Why didn't you say anything about it sooner?
If this information is true, then the Earth Directorate permitted the matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. Things could have been different. There's more. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work. Its evolution over time. But no original concepts, no sketches. Nothing. Our dear matriarch is a fraud. A cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. There are messages here between her and the First Sovereign that all but confirm it. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better. By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image the Protectorate has been built upon. The Sovereign will be revealed as the unclothed emperor he is, and demolish Arcadia's myth of superiority. If we administer truth to the people, their strength will return. Erstwhile, giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
Downsides like how the skip drives are causing rifts? Yeah, I say that's worth a fret. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. Science is their theater after all. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided.
It's worth holding the Earth Directorate's feet to the fire for this deal, but I don't think the entire organization should be judged by its worst decision. It's done a lot of good, too. Plus, making the skip drive tech available, that's like throwing a lit match into a fuel converter. Can't think of a worse idea right now.
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? No. They act, and so must we. Damn the consequences.
Hold on, Commander. Exposing the Earth Directorate in this way will cause people to lose faith and embolden the corporations to do as they please. Who does that help? Not to mention what might happen if that skip drive tech falls into the wrong hands. I've seen you bend over backwards to help this colony. If you truly believe this is the right course of action, I'll back you. But you had best be sure. Guess we're gonna do things your way, Zeb.
I remember a time when you would have dreamed of this moment. I'm only sorry today did not turn out to be as golden as we imagined. Thank you for your assistance in this matter. I had my doubts, but you truly delivered. I'll remain a while longer and make sure to grab everything off the data banks.
Guess this is goodbye.
Only for now. If we both come out of this war intact, I'll find you. If you wish to be found, of course.
Actually reckon I'm taking my leave for good. We're too far apart now in the things that matter. There's no future for us that don't end the same way it did last time. Not sure Arcadia's got one either, thanks to your decision. Come on, Commander. Let's just go.
There they are! These are the ruffians who threatened me! See that they suffer none of these...
A friendly company.
Replenishing my firearms!
Replenish! Not walking this way!
Taking cover!
Restore my life!
There they are! These are the ruffians who threatened me!
Taking cover!
See that they join their...
Sharp enough. Hostile. Enemy spotted. Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Send me in! Help me out! There! Found him again!
These are the ruffians who threatened me. See that they join their friends in the bubble heap. Suffer none of these to fire and live.
Got eyes on some no-good.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Damn it. Zeb was right. We never should have let that curator go. We could have prevented this. Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in there. I'm disappointed. Full stop. Zeb didn't exactly give us a choice, but it's gonna keep me up at night, wondering where all that intel might end up. To what end it'll be used. I just feel so stupid. Zeb used us, DeVries used us. The Earth Director has been lying to everyone. Isn't there a single honest person in this voided galaxy? I know, and I appreciate that, Commander. You're not the problem. I expect backroom dealing from unregulated corporations, not from the only agency keeping them in check. The Earth Director should be better than that. Permission to speak candid, Commander. Strange as it sounds, this whole experience with Zeb has helped me finally understand the position Augustine was in. Back at Horizon Point, ain't easy having to decide between your allies and protecting untold innocents. It's the damnedest thing. In spite of everything, I find myself relieved we spared her. Augustine still owes a debt to us, and the rest of the galaxy. Maybe she pays it all someday, and maybe she doesn't. Either way, you were right to give her the chance. Provided the rift don't dismantle us all before then. Yeah, suppose we will. Reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for arranging the stage like this in the first place. Deep down, I'm still convinced the galaxy is better with the Earth Directorate in it, flawed as it is. But what happened with Arcadia can never be allowed to happen again. Something has to change within the Directorate, and I think we're best positioned to see that reformation through. All said, I appreciate you giving me the space to work through this. Sort of feels like the future's opening back up after a long time closed. Likewise, Commander.
Come back. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Dang it. A lot. All of the rift. Test weapon prime.
Not walking this off. Stand me back up. Knew you had my back. Got trouble, mate.
Look sharp. It's a fight.
Guns cocked and loaded. Let's get the signal.
Perk up, Commander. Don't make me avenge you.
Hostile spot! Got some bad company.
Adrena time.
Free hole in the head. I'm the one you need to worry about. Help me out! need a distraction.
Aggressor at hand.
Hostile fire!
Recharge for mayhem. There.
Hey, got a distraction for you.
It might sting.
Troublemaker approaching.
Alive.
Not walking this off. Stand me back up. Fire, move. Contact reestablished. Knew you had my back.
It's a fight.
I'm seeing unfolding.
Let's weapon time.
Ready to wait on your command. Just give me the time.
On the ring. Recharge for mayhem.
You put slow, Commander. Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the signal.
Unless you plan on conjuring ammo from the Aether, we ought to get the crafting some.
Got my left on an unfront.
Wrist weapon prime. Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Nice, Commander. Revive me. Knew you had my back.
Attention, Commander. There may be valuable parts at this location that can improve this unit's functionality. Performing a thorough search of the automech factory is advised. Should you wish to maximize your Valerie unit's combat effectiveness, building factory schematics. It is likely the desired parts are being stored somewhere on the ground floor.
Hostile spotted!
Instigating search. Honing in on source.
Spy move! Hit the broad side of the frame! Over here! Cover!
That's dying. Why? This might sting. A lot.
How are you still upright over there?
That's dying.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander. Troublemaker,
Shifting to a left restoring the balance. Replenishing my firearm.
Recharge for mayhem.
Taken into cover. The protectorate endures.
What do you want to wager there's something in there for Val we can use?
got my lamps on an unfriendly.
Enemy spotted.
Enemy about. I'm locked in.
This unit's current work task takes priority over conversation. Farewell.
Subjects, a security breach has been detected. A full laboratory lockdown is now in effect. Repeat, this is a full laboratory lockdown. Stay calm, remain vigilant, and obey security personnel. And always trust that the Sovereign protects.
Knew a few arc loaders back in Triangle who would kill for a suit like that. Lower the rate of deaths on the job, for sure.
The idea is to kill them. I'm seeing unfriendly soldiers. me know when you need a distraction.
Subject, a security breach has been detected. A full laboratory lockdown is now in effect. Repeat, this is a full laboratory lockdown. Stay calm, remain vigilant, and obey security personnel. And always trust that the Sovereign protects.
Knew a few arc rollers back in Triangle. Lower the rate of deaths on the job. Shoot. To kill them before you die.
You've returned. Are the Raptidons vanquished? Have you completed the job? Oh, incredible. Then, as the prime requisitionist currently at this station, I confer to you upgraded permissions that allow for surplus supply purchases.
Inez, it's Ortiz. Look, I ain't got long. Neither for this message nor for life. I made a mistake. I signed up to get grafted, but it's gone wrong. Should have known when I got to the lab that something was off. It was a secret, they said. We couldn't tell no one. And now my blood's infected and I'm as good as dead. Law, I just wanted to be like you. Throw myself at the problem, wrestle it down. But I should have listened when they told me about how your graft hurt you. How it failed you. I should have reached out sooner. Maybe things would have been different. Please, find that lab on Cloister. It's in an ice cave, but I ain't sure where exactly. They hid it good. Whatever you're doing is, stop them. Don't let them do this to anyone else. Please.
Commander, I ain't sure what to make of Ortiz's message. He's dying. If it's as he says, I ain't got a choice. I gotta find that lab and put a stop to things. Will you help me? I don't even know how to answer that. I thought I might be able to see him again when all this was over, but I can't. All I can think to do now is get moving. Thank you, Commander. Now we just need to find those ice caves on Cloister. We keep our lamps lit, we ought to find the lab without much of a fuss. I hope.
Them wraps all taken care of yet? All good news to me, friend. Anything happens down there is not my responsibility. I have ceased all manner of worry and fret. All right, all right. I never mentioned a number before, but here's your fee with some extra.
After all, that's what unrivaled...
Consume! The story of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages.
No target within operational parameters.
Down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Anti-Cleo take Spacer's choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Anti-Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the series against the Space.
I'm Jean Turper Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo Starlight.
I see that moon man's grinning face, I don't know if I could even enjoy AMD's choice, darling!
The recipe of our exclusive cocktail is our most closely guarded
Back at you.
secret.
I'm
Turn its ingredients. Try to wrap it on
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manty-wasp. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report? Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered, and it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
It is an intricately crafted, multi-phase marketing initiative that will introduce Auntie's Choice to the rest of the galaxy and establish the foothold of our pending monopoly. It requires a series of daring, almost impossibly savvy, perfectly timed, and flawlessly executed stratagems to create optimal market positioning.
Whole thing's a load of bunco. Calculatory claptrap from a bunch of over-educated know-nothings who are so smart they're stupid. Go ahead. Tell them who devised it.
With pleasure! The archive on Cloister analyzed millions of variables with bazillions of permutations to create an idealized path for total competitive domination. Yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do the honors?
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain subtlety, though. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. There's a facility for it on Praetor. And he wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important? Fine. Auntie and I agree it presents possibilities. Actually, it's only 3. Surely you can handle twice that many tasks. I don't want to sound like the Order, but you could make a list, maybe. A few aspirational goals, if possible. If you see a chance to talk their lead scientist into joining us, and/or dig up additional details about the process, do so.
Which is to say, we'll make it more worth your while. I promise you'll never want for compensation while in our employ.
See you when it's done.
payroll. It's time to recognize the downwardly mobile with my latest...
Experience the most sought-after inebriates on the
operations. Welcome to your new role.
Next! Reginald Oswald in Proprietary Insight. You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice. Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just and an ointment away.
Why choose just any choice when you can choose Auntie's?
Good luck, my
Don't let us
ameliorator.
keep you.
Remember, you can't spell heinous ascetic without...
Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Space.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo's Darlings. I cleaved Spacer's Chosen's goal at the end of the 56
Working hard or hardly working? That's rhetorical.
Yes.
Hello, and goodbye.
I done falled off the corporate ladder. Peddle your wares elsewhere.
Why, looky here. It's our contractor-to-be. I see you got her message. Glad you followed up. Now, the question is, are you just here to work an angle, or were you moved by our plight? When the brass sets an impossible deadline, who do you think everybody on the floor gets mad at? When trials run late because some lab tech melted, who catches upstairs ire? See, us in middle management, we get none of the credit, all of the blame. Catch hell coming and going, with nary a promotion or raise in sight. Well, we've had it. We pulled our funds to hire a maverick outsider like yourself to collect useful information on 3 local persons of interest to help us climb the ladder. First person is Melquiades Alcantara, proprietor of the Bottom Runger. Came up with this new drink, the Raptidon Bite. Everyone's dying to try it. We want the secret recipe. The second is an unnamed individual. Shows up at the Esplanade every day with a mop and an armed escort. What's his story? What does he know?
And why is he always waving at everybody? And smiling, too.
Head back here when you're done with them two. The third target we'll talk about after. Sort of a controversial figure around here. Consider him a concern for later. Anything else? That's what we want to find out. And that whole smiling business, anybody that's secure in their place here has to have dirt on somebody. Something that we could capitalize on. Oh, nothing so mundane. Alcantara's cornered the market with an innovative concept. Our grand vision is... Okay, wait for it. Now he's done all the work, steal his idea. What Wonderful, wonderful. Let me just say that we're all so looking forward to working with you. We can't wait to benefit from the fruit of your efforts. See, everybody? Things are looking up already. Upper middle management, here we come.
I'll have you know my panhandling license is completely up to date.
His choice. Our product line nature. Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now? As a responsible member of society, we allow you to take part in public product testing, respecting your right to risk a few pesky side effects as an early adopter. At Auntie's Choice, we understand that the marketplace is dynamic, efficient, and well-suited to the shifting needs of our populace. After all, that's what unbridled freedom's all about.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
With Auntie's Choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I want to hear about the occasional faulty. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The big rift.
Moment of your time, Commander. Remember that matter on Cloister I mentioned earlier? Well, since we're here and all, thought we might take it up now. Might be hard to believe, but 20 or so odd years ago, I made a mistake. Feels like high time I righted it. Now I'm out and about again. That's where the error occurred, I believe. Others judged it such. I shut it down. Believe I was wrong to do so. For many years now, a former colleague of mine's been in a remote spot called Reasons Pass on account of my decision. Hardly. Quite the opposite, in fact. She's one of the finest minds to ever grace the Order. Her research was unconventional, surely. She was as well. I think with both, we could right things, get the Order back on its intended path. Inquire away. I may even respond. Oh, I am a dedicated member of the Order. Beyond that, there's really little you or anyone need to hear about. Consider yourself lucky. You already know more about me than anyone else I've met in the last 20-odd years. Information free of context can be off-putting, confusing, dangerous even, if misjudged. I mentioned before I was part of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. My role there, you may recall, was head intercessor. I was tasked to influence pivotal events, to keep the solving of the equation on track. Something occurred. I needed to step off the board a while. Dorado appealed to me because it was off the board but not completely remote. There I could lie low for a time, but observe. So I'd believed. Our department was shuttered shortly after Ruth Pissar took office. To avoid undue attention, I remained in hiding. To put it mildly, after the incident in question, seeking refuge seemed prudent. I'm not hearing a question. Another crack like that, and you might just find out. Our department employed a variety of methods to obviate hindrances and threats to the Order's efforts. We were considered wardens of the grand plan, helping correct it when needed. Some were proprietary. Often they involved forms of subtle persuasion, others more overt influence. Now and again, more direct means were required. All of us are part of the plan. We follow the path intended for us by the architect. We should, at least. Now and then, some push back against their path, but it never ends well. Corrections can take time, even delay in the solving of the equation. That's where we came in, to get things back on track in the timeliest of manners. Whatever's on your mind. Presiding Bishop Orlo, yes, Ruth Pissar's predecessor, and better. Now there was a scientician, a true adherent to Order principles, ran an efficient operation to boot. For a while, I'd hoped all this recent brouhaha, the schism, invasion, the rifts, was part of some long-foreseen predictive plan on her part, something oblique only at the moment. The more time passes, the less I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I'm missing a few key variables, or maybe she's a bit mathematically challenged. Are you asking me to reveal details of high-level covert operations? For the former head of the Order? To you? An agent for another party? I doubt you're willing to offer me a thorough accounting of your past assignments. And I bet the Earth Directorate had you on all sorts of clandestine initiatives. I'm not saying never, but we only just met, dear. Trust takes time. Because all the good mathematical terms were already taken by my predecessors? Because nothing gets past me, someone once thought, perhaps. I'm sure I don't know, dear. Whoever came up with that particular sobriquet is surely long since dead and buried, hopefully by my hand. I try to kill only when necessary. Granted, our missions mean that occurs fairly often. I assume that's in line with your thinking, too. Yes? Yes, this verbal resolution thing is, well, quite novel. I'm amazed how often it actually works. Keep expecting half these hullheads to argue themselves into an early grave. Inquire away. I may even respond. Happier? Me? Really? I suppose that is an applicable term. Hope it's not getting in the way of the work. Are you satisfied with my performance? Anything to note? I tend to agree, though I didn't see things that way before. Thank you. May the plan favor us against long odds. This weather is quite conducive for cooling the archive, and unconducive for me feeling my fingers.
I find your proposed time frame weak. Unaccountably so.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
Have you at least determined the
Cloister has been a difficult front, and losing the archive, first to the invaders and now to the protectorate, has made it even more painful. Never mind the risks. If you're looking for a way to help us out, I recommend heading to Laplace's garden. Follow this path and you can't miss it. Only the finest place on this iceberg. Words aren't sufficient to capture its many quality attributes. Best you observe it yourself. Avalanche collapsed part of the tunnel in the garden, so the safest path is along the cliffside. Not your step.
Don't bother conversating unless you're prepared to cite your sources.
Hey, Commander. Something tells me the Oracle is keen on letting
Heard
an
that,
enemy
Rick? Halt! The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable allies. Members of Auntie's Choice are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
Huh. If only one of us could have foreseen this situation. But I'll stay back, Commander. Ain't no reason to cause a scene.
You should heed the wisdom of your friend.
Yeah, these hues suit my complexion real good.
As likely as I find that theory, we have rules and regulations for a reason. We are at war, you might have noticed. Laureate Beckett did impress the importance of not delaying you. Very well, head on in. But behave yourselves. The garden is something of a fragile ecosystem.
Impressed as I am that worked, I ain't sure about this. Being vastly outnumbered by the enemy ain't a corner I like to be backed into.
I have a message for you. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right. Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of the stairs. The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen, of our order. Weapons and technology all fall under her purview. Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber to hone her mental faculties. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of late, but I'm certain that's all part of the plan. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Really, it's no reason for concern. Nothing in the garden is. Look around you. I don't see a battlefield. Do you? All conflict is transient in nature. To dwell on the negativity of a moment is to risk missing the opportunity of what comes next. Those in the garden have enough perspective to remain present and to focus on what matters: science and progress. It may seem like I'm speaking from a position of luxury and privilege, but it is a privilege the Order hopes to share with all one day. But now, I fear I have kept you long past an ideal duration. May all your problems precede solutions.
Is it just me? Or does something seem... Oh, never mind.
The scientician surplus. No more than what you need.
Agent! Ah, there you are. I was informed by Gertie you've agreed to help us reconvene negotiations. With your aid, Auntie's Choice and the Order will soon be rivals no longer. Just think of all we can accomplish if our two sides reject fractiousness and combine our efforts. Remember, seek out ways to help both sides. Engender trust. Gertie and I will let you know when it's time to move forward. In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your oratory skills. Our presiding bishop and Auntie Cleo can be challenging to debate with.
A visitor? It's for the best that you're talking to me now instead of mid-work. I do seem to have a slight propensity for stabbing randomly with my tools when interrupted, but I suppose that's enough time spinning in the statements column. Speak away. What are you... Beckett. Another prediction that he hasn't seen fit to notify me about. A more cynical exemplar might posit his doing this to be intentional. If you're here, I imagine you aim to petition the presiding bishop for her support, which is hardly a surprise. She is the most important individual in Arcadia. You either already know that the Order is the sole institution capable of saving Arcadia, or you're particularly inclined to ingratiate yourself to me. Either is acceptable. The corporate invaders will suck Arcadia of its resources and cast it to the wind. And the Protectorate are no better than machines. Moreover, once we solve the universal equation, it will benefit all of humanity. You, me, everyone. No more suffering, no more doubt. First, there is the matter of proving your aims align with ours. To that end, there are some elements that need erasing. Do so, and we may begin to speak of your desires. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of Newton, which is a nearby site of historical but not strategic significance. I want them gone. Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel there. From what I understand, Vicar Levin's continued existence is a mere side effect of whatever personal vendetta you happen to be attending to. I'm pleased he does not lie among the ranks of the dead, but I will need a more tangible effort on your part to trust you. I'll withhold my appreciation until this task is complete. May you act within the equation's confines.
We should collect Azza from the ship first. Unless you don't want the benefits of her inside knowledge of the cult.
Personalized order prediction yet. I'll admit to a bit of trepidation in regards to opening mine. This is the first one. Use caution as you progress. There's been reports of sauropods in the area.
Investigating hostile intentions. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
It appears we've dealt with all of them.
Resorting to violence. Combatants.
Soldier, please assess your pain on a variable scale of 1 to 100. 1 being entirely pain-free and 100 being the worst pain.
Hello. Farewell. Thank you for this efficiently
Try not to
conversation
deviate
from the norm. Can't talk. Calculating an inverse complex time function in my head.
Another object, just gone. Excuse me, I don't think you have the
No
authorization.
lectures, please.
It's fine, but don't get too close. You won't survive direct contact.
Captain. I fear I have a confession to make. And how did you sleep? Decidedly horrible.
cold or I'd be dead. No protector of loudspeakers playing all night. Schism days. I've been hearing them in my dreams.
Halt! You must answer for your
Internal alarm. Such. Glad my decades wasted outwitting petty bureaucrats weren't utterly in vain. I seriously question the structural integrity of that bridge.
Handle this. Check your scope for combat. Mitigating the threat. Taking the fight out of them.
all charged up.
Yeah. I'm ready. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Out of sight and on the way. Sight unseen.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Amplificator at ready.
sending me into desolation would mend what he saw as wounds in my mind. The first few weeks were horrible. Grief dogging my every step. Nightmares of my murdered colleagues. But then, the nightmares began to ease.
Seem off
and the
by a
grief
few decimal
ebbed
points.
away. What replaced them is emptiness. The Order speaks of humanity becoming something more, but their words are insufficient speculation. There is nothing more to be. Only dust and death, and the rifts await us. Those rifts, I find the absolute annihilation they offer oddly soothing. Perhaps I will make one last pilgrimage. One last journey on the path from nothing to nowhere.
Welcome, distinguished consumer, to the front lines of anti.
Welcome, big spender.
Those protectorates.
Talk is cheap.
Can't you
but
see him
my
on the clock
time
here?
is not.
Auntie's Choice welcomes you to Forward Operating Base 136, Future Consumer. You should take care in this hostile climb. Risks include inclement weather, hostile animals, risk of collateral damage, leaking uranium, artillery, shrapnel, frostbite, cave-ins, hypothermia, cultists, landmines, long falls, gangrene, damaged electrical equipment, and insect bites. You never know. That's enough for rote greetings. You're not a feckless civilian, or you would have died halfway here, so I'll speak plainly. Cloisters asthai. I want off-planet yesterday, with my extremities intact, and that necessitates aid. You do my work for me, I can pay. Some Protectorate jackanapes are holed up on some main routes near here, thereby separating us from the rest of our force. Remove them by any means. Preferably by killing them and scattering their remains to the winds, but so long as they're gone, I don't much care. The sooner you get rid of them, the sooner I can take credit. Clear the Protectorate out from under the bridges and you'll get your pay. Get to fighting or get to dying. I'm open to ideas. What would... Yes?
Consume in peace and we won't have a problem.
If you're not a go-getter, then go away.
I cannot believe how bloody cold this place is. I can literally see my words freeze before my face as I say them.
Ah, stop it. The scrap. Your allotted time to impress me has already expired.
Welcome to Auntie's Choice. We look forward to
This must be the place Ortiz mentioned. Hard to fathom a lab in those caves. Whoa. Commander, hold up a moment. Are you hearing this? It's some manner of distress signal. Encrypted. One of Auntie's, I'm certain, but this one ain't entirely familiar to me. Can't unless you have an Auntie's Choice patented codebreaker on your person. Reckon we'll need to find the signal's source. If it's not to do with the lab, I'll be damned. We should press on.
Mobilizing. Combatant scan.
I'll handle this.
Strap's ready if you need a house call. Out of sight and on the way.
There's enough. Torpification and... Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
What in the void? Law, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes. And it don't get any easier. What happened here? He spent his last moments crawling over to this terminal from the wreck. Sorry, friend. Wait. He's got a code breaker on him. Let's see. Yeah. I'll be damned. That powered up the elevator. Signal's stronger than ever now. These poor bastards must have been responding to it same as us. This must be the lab.
At least Auntie's Choice had the good sense to leave the back door operational. Can't say I'm yearning to see what they've done with the place, though.
I just want answers. Let's go.
Hello? Is anyone there? I have been signaling for help incessantly. Come quickly. I'm trapped in my office, by the foyer. The others, I fear they might have lost their lives at the hands, claws of escaped beasts. Mind yourself.
That's him. That must be the doctor. He's got no idea an entire squad died trying to fly in here and save his sorry ass.
That's assuming he'd care. I'd give that roughly a 1 out of 10 chance.
Hola, Ortiz? No. No, it ain't him. I thought... Commander, let me make sense of this.
Uh-huh. Now I extra want to kill this scientist.
I had a notion of what I might encounter here. Test tubes, records, some graphs kept on ice, but not this. Law. My heart just about stopped when I saw him. I thought Ortiz had come back, gotten himself in trouble, but... No. This man, whoever he is, he's been dead for a time. 2 weeks. Law. And he's just being kept here. Not even a proper burial, just treated like a thing. Void, damn it. This poor man. The test subjects. Ortiz. All of them are dead. All of them left in ruin by the butchers running this place. All of them could have been me. No. My own procedure was above board. The dead weren't just cast about. The ward certainly didn't look like a blasted nightmare out of one of Niles' serials. No, I went in knowing the risks. But if I hadn't been accepted into the program then, and this opportunity presented itself today, all that matters now is finding that doctor. He's got a reckoning coming. My aim's steady, if that's your concern. I'm sorry. I'll be fine once we breathe fresh air again. Just need this to be over.
Over here! These beasts have me pinned down! Handle them straight away! Please, I cannot let my genius be wasted here.
Boy, damn coward. We'll see how you beg when we're face to face. What wretched work. Poor creatures ain't got an idea what's in store for them.
This will undoubtedly go well. Those things. Oh, no.
I wanted a pet cysty pig real bad when I was a kid. I can water and feed him if you're keen. Ain't never seen a cysty pig. Another maintenance hatch above us, if we're apt to sneak about.
Perhaps a slyer approach is warranted.
Investigating hostile intentions.
I'm so worried that nobody intercepted my distress signal.
Oh, we got his signal all right. Let's get the bastard.
Yeah. I'd offer to bet on how this turns out, but I'm afraid the act might throw off my equations.
Wasn't a person alive who could best the matriarch Ursapod. Yet, here you are. What a show!
You the doctor in charge here?
Indeed I am, soldier. And my, what a picture you are! What exquisite graft work. Might I trouble you for an examination?
So you're the one who butchered my friend, Ortiz. The one who tortured those creatures out there. Who killed that soldier.
What's going on? I don't know any Ortiz, I swear it. I'm just a doctor. Please, don't shoot. Records? I don't know of any such... Oh, bother. Fine, yes, I did complete a procedure on one Trooper Ortiz, along with 2 others. He eagerly offered himself up for this project's first human trials. Rather hasty in hindsight. I know what you're thinking. Yes, the grafting program was officially shuttered 6 months ago. That was not a lie. But I thought it a shame, and it seems I wasn't alone in that. I was recruited for this unofficial venture soon after. Don't understand the need for secrecy myself, but our sponsor demanded it. I dared not ask too many questions. He's some manner of executive. I don't know his name or official title, I swear. My orders came down the long, long chain of command. I'm only doing what I was told.
Enough with the excuses. You absolute wretch. Any scientist with any shred of decency would have refused your position. Your precious data is nothing compared to those you killed.
I sympathize with your friend, soldier. Truly, I do. But if I mourned every failure within these walls, I might never operate again. You must understand that the work we do here is greater than any one life. We can change the galaxy for the better. According to who? You? If it's not in Auntie's history, it's ancient history as far as I'm concerned. If you require convincing that my experiments have led to many breakthroughs, witness me. My own lungs would have failed without my prototyping of a device to keep me alive. Make no mistake, if you kill me, my research and knowledge will be gone forever. The suffering you've seen here will be nothing in comparison to what I could have prevented. It's been a long time coming, but I believe I've laid the groundwork for treating injury and illness far better than modern medicine can manage. We are on the precipice of regrowing limbs that had been lost in accidents, reversing brain trauma, nerve damage, mayhaps aging one day. It would be a boon to humanity, and a boon to Auntie's bottom line.
Don't even start, Commander. I ain't keen on anything this man sells.
Let's not be hasty. I see your graft is a result of revision surgery. Your first go was botched, and you were considered a failure of the program, yes? I know what happened to those failures. Demoted, disgraced. It was horrible business. And yet, you still wear our colors. You want to reclaim your station, don't you?
You don't know anything about what I want. I'm not sure I should. If I accept such a bribe, what does that make me? Whether I want to regain my position or not doesn't matter. I don't want your help. I will not benefit from the pain of others.
You think there were no victims of the first program? That your existence isn't built off the bones of those who came before? You're no more righteous than I. You simply looked away. Now, if you stay your hand, I will grant you 2 state-of-the-art grafting parts. They cannot fail. Install one of them, and you'll see my earnest intent. You were never the broken thing they made you, soldier. If you wish it, you may still become a most extraordinary specimen.
No. Stop talking. Stay there. Don't make any stupid moves, understand? The adults need to have a talk over here. Commander, I don't know what to do. I came here intending to make him pay for what he's done. And I can't shake the reasons I've seen to burn this place to the ground. But what if he's right? What if something in his work is worth saving? What if this is my chance to make something of my life? To be accepted again? I think you have the right of it. You felt that rage with me, Commander, back there in the lab with the soldier. Even now, we can see what could have been. I trust you more than anyone, I think. The fact you're of the same mind only bolsters my inclination. Now, I ain't condoning what happened here. I won't disrespect Ortiz or the other victims as such. But if we continue this research, know that it cannot, must not be like this. We can trust Doc Tinsley to set things right. One can only know goodness if they're led by example. But if this doctor doesn't take direction, we'd only be repeating the cycle. We would be complicit. Fine then. I'll accept whatever consequences may come. It's your lucky day. You'll live. Pack up your things and head straight to Fairfield to Doc Tinsley. You want to continue your work, you'll follow her lead.
Thank you, soldier. Thank you. I won't forget this, I swear. I'll unlock the cases for you now, as promised. Take the graphs you like and let me know how they work out, won't you?
Make no mistake, I ain't doing this for my own gain. If you say you can help other folk, you best deliver on that promise. Let's get out of here before I change my mind.
There, the grafts are yours.
Is this the cub that Terminal mentioned? Still breathing, but only just. We were too late for the soldier back there, but not too late for this cub. We should help.
Resorting to violence. Adversary vulnerability. You've suffered extensive damage, Commander.
What are they doing in this place? Ain't no purpose for this clear disregard for life.
This is where we all nod and say it's humanity that are the real monsters.
Mechanist Tate speaking.
Hope he got a refund on his Raptidon repellent.
Many times that these pressure valves have fallen into disrepair, only to be ignored each of those times. And now I'm out here in the voided cold, attempting to stop this leak from getting worse. And what was that? Stay back, creature! Blast that doctor for locking the catcher in the gun safe. This is when I need it. Maybe. No.
Sorry to cut you off, but I'm encumbered with
you
various
strike me as
concerns
someone
of the
with a very
existential
small
variety.
volume of published work.
I can tell we have little
Test your
crossover.
hypothesis elsewhere.
The Auntie's Choice logo on. Oh, Architect Preserve. Please, keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
This seems rather... No lectures, please.
Arcadia.
Reason's pass is off limits. Unwelcome guests will be ushered from existence promptly and without further ado. First, it was Auntie's Choice, then the Protectorate. After that, some daft cultists. I don't even know what you belong to. Don't care either. Your motivations are relatable to me in only the vaguest abstract form, if you possess any at all. Don't leave all full of anger now. Just leave. There's nothing even here anymore.
Ratcheting up my aggression.
Enemy spotted.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
That's not who I am. Is it? Marisol? Is that you? Get in here before any more of these hullheads show up.
Marisol, you're here. I thought I would never see you again. It's been what, 19 years? 20?
21 years, 5 months, 6 days. I've kept up on a few former colleagues.
A few? Right. You retain a different admirer in every port, I'm sure.
Yes. These are my colleagues. They assisted me in a matter regarding a conspiracy headed by a cabal. It was all rather involved. My identity became revealed after I'd been undercover for a considerable time.
You were flushed out? What other low-probability events have occurred since... Oh, wait, I'm being rude. Forgive my atrophied social graces. I shoot most of my visitors lately. I am Anais Boujold. Welcome to my backwater ramshackle abode.
Seer Anais Boujold.
No one's called me that in, well, you know exactly how long, apparently.
If I'd realized this was a formal visit, I'd have worn my fancy killing clothes.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Yes, she is.
Oh, you know clandestine sorts like Marisol. Always so slow to warm. I am an unredacted file. If you have any questions, ask away. She's mentioned the little spook show we used to work at, right? I was an analyst in predictive risk assessment. She was, in the field, as it were. Solving the universal equation is the ultimate purpose of every member of the Order. Our express remit was to identify events that could delay or derail that.
Once an issue was identified, I'd be assigned to address it.
At a certain point, I became one of her assignments.
Yes. With ample time to think, I've come to recognize I made an error.
Really? That is, an unprecedented statement for you. But do go ahead, I'm listening.
The last 20 years, the Order needlessly, heedlessly stumbled. First, Antes invaded, then the Protectorate. We lost the Archive. Twice. Had your work continued, I believe we'd have remained closer to our true path. If I had ignored the Council's command. It was a mistake. I miscalculated.
If not for you, I'd be dead right now. And you were right to shut me down. My research was dangerous. A serious threat to the entire universe. I know this for certain now. I've run the numbers. Repeatedly. Had to do all my calculations long form, free of computronic assistance. Wouldn't advise it, but I've been here on my own for decades, and I remain a reasonable statistician. I calculated what might occur if my work was completed, and there is a troublingly high, statistically significant chance of things ending. Everything ending. I understand how that sounds, but I have spent years checking and rechecking each and every variable. I assume all my notes and calculations were destroyed years ago.
Anais, I'm afraid it's not that simple. When we shut down your work, it was quarantined, not disposed of. The Order stores all avenues of study deemed dangerous near here at a facility in Winter's Grasp. Unorthodox notion reclusion.
Of all the bureaucratic... No. Winter's Grasp is crawling with Auntie's choice. A full unit just moved in. Marisol, will you... Can you...
You're asking me to infiltrate a covert installation to destroy something that could likely end the universe. Been years since anyone said something like that to me. Of course.
I was developing a means of sidestepping much of the presumed requirements to solve the universal equation, using a series of reasoned shortcuts and educated postulations, filling in certain blanks. Trillions. Theoretically, it would hurry the process along so it could be solved in our lifetime, but it was unorthodox, risky if taken too far. I knew the Council would judge it mathematical heresy, so I attempted to work in secret. Eventually, I was discovered, excommunicated, sent here.
Others facing similar charges were often transferred off-planet, then simply disappeared somewhere along the way.
Yes. Fortunately, someone interceded. I might need a little time to ready this place for unwelcome guests. Wouldn't take long.
No, you should stay here. We'll take care of this.
I foresee a 4.7% chance of me complying with that. But fine, no use arguing. Well, this has certainly been nice. Perhaps we'll see each other again sometime. Yes, should be plenty of wonderfully... dangerous items.
Fullerton. What a massacre. And we missed it.
Imperfection is impossible in the mind is a thing of symmetry.
Hostilities are afoot.
Please, you're just not a good look, Commander.
Restore my life or avenge my death.
Hostilities are afoot. Fortificator is charged.
You're just not a good look, Commander.
I'll handle this. Fortificator is charged. Combatant scanned. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Step aside. One, on the wrist. Okay. Taking the fight out of them. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
me is strategically optimal.
Weapon primed!
Thank you, dear.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Mobilizing. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Resorting to violence. Target analyzed. Lay down. Standing by to stupefy. Combatant scanned.
Mentioned a rift modulator on Praetor. Might be time to fetch.
Commander, glorious dawn up ahead. Probably best to turn back until I've sorted whatever treachery has undermined my status within the ranks. I'd welcome the bloodshed, but at that's not going to get me my answers. I must admit to being highly vexed by this kill order situation.
Such as? Nothing of much worth to tell there.
I'd rather hear your story.
At all cost. I like the sound of that.
I hope you gutted those fools.
Can't abide the unenlightened who would curtail our behavior out of their own repression. Joining the Glorious Dawn freed me of such nonsense. They gave me a completely new life. Wiped away all traces of fear and repression and replaced them with unbridled freedom. My world used to be devoid of color. Everything was gray. Now everything is vibrant, like the arterial spray of a freshly opened vein. And I'm still not interested in discussing it.
What? Sorry. Caught me lost in my upper story.
There's something you wanted to converse on? Simply that, as much as I'd welcome the bloodshed, it may be wise for me to avoid members of the Dawn until I get their treachery sorted.
If we're bound next for Newton, might be wise for Azza to head back to the ship.
Though I'd also point out that if I can resolve my problems with the Glorious Dawn, then I may be more effective in Newton. Whether that be through diplomacy or killing. Excellent. Let the killing commence.
Proceeding to attack.
The traitor is here! Attack!
You ignorant fools! I'm almost sorry I have to kill you!
Almost! I have a fix on their weaknesses. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Fortificator at ready status.